Imagine stepping into a grand ballroom in the heart of 1880s New York. The chandeliers are glittering like 1,000 tiny suns, the orchestra is playing a soft waltz, and the air is thick with the scent of perfume and ambition. Ladies in dazzling gowns whisper behind their fans, while gentlemen exchange quiet glances that speak of deals, rivalries, and unspoken grudges. Season 3 of The Gilded Age may have drawn to a close, but the real story? That's only just beginning. The good news for us fans, Season 4 is officially confirmed. The better news? We already have a web of clues about what's coming, and it's looking like one of the most explosive, emotionally charged seasons yet. Let's start with Bertha Russell, because really, where else could we begin? In Season 3, Bertha achieved almost everything she set her sights on. Her daughter Gladys is happily married and now expecting her first child, and Bertha herself has carved out a seat in the highest ranks of New York society. She's playing in the big leagues now, the very dream she's fought for since day one. But the glittering crown she's wearing is starting to crack. In those final moments of Season 3, George Russell, the man who has stood beside her through scandal, financial risk, and social warfare, delivered a blow that was far more personal than any rival could manage. He told her, without flinching, that he's bitter about her relentless hunger for status, and that her decision to marry off their daughter for social advantage has left a wound that may never heal. The most devastating part? He might not even love her anymore. One moment, Bertha was the season's biggest victor. The next, she was facing the possibility of losing the one man whose respect she truly values. Now, if you ask me, George's patience has been saint-like up until this point. Let's not forget, this season alone, he nearly lost his entire fortune after overextending his railroad empire. He stood on the edge of financial ruin, and then, in one of the most shocking turns of the series, he was the target of an assassination attempt. A single gunshot from a still unknown assailant could have ended the Russell dynasty right then and there. The only reason he survived? The quick thinking of Dr. William Kirkland, who became something of a quiet hero this season, and an unexpected assist from Marion, who didn't hesitate to get her hands dirty to save him. It was the kind of moment that could have brought a couple closer, but for George and Bertha, the wound was too deep, the trust too frayed. Season 4 will see Bertha fighting to reclaim her place not just in society, but in George's heart. She'll try to soften her edges, to show him that he's still her priority. But the battlefield is about to get more complicated. Rumors are already swirling about a new woman entering George's life. Someone who could spark genuine feelings in him, and who might push Bertha to the breaking point. And here's where it gets even juicier. This romantic tug-of-war will be happening while they're both involved in planning their son's wedding. Imagine, seating charts and scandal in the same room, smiles across the table masking daggers beneath. Every choice of flower arrangement or guest list could turn into a silent power struggle. Meanwhile, George won't rest until he uncovers who tried to kill him. That pursuit will likely pull him into the shadows of New York's underbelly, bringing him face-to-face with old enemies and perhaps creating dangerous new ones. I wouldn't be surprised if that plotline turns into the season's pulse-racing counterpoint to all the ballrooms and banquets. But let's take a moment to breathe, because not every story in the Gilded Age is steeped in bitterness and betrayal. Dr. William Kirkland's arc brought a refreshing splash of romance this season. After wrestling with his own inner conflicts, he staged a proposal to Peggy that was as bold as it was beautiful, in front of the entire Black Newport society, no less, and under the watchful eye of his formidable mother. Peggy, after seasons of pain and loss, finally got a moment of pure joy. Of course, this is the Gilded Age, so nothing stays perfect for long. In Season 4, William's mother will almost certainly mount a full-scale campaign to break them apart. Expect subtle insults over tea, strategic social snubs, and more than one attempt to make Peggy question her place in the Kirkland family. And then there's Oscar. Oh, Oscar. The man seems to have an uncanny talent for walking straight into disaster. This season, he made a decision that could ruin not just his own life, but ripple through the entire social world. He formed an alliance with Mrs. Winterton. Yes, that Mrs. Winterton, the former maid turned ambitious social climber, who has already proven she'll stop at nothing to advance herself. The whispers now say that Mrs. Winterton could become George Russell's new romantic interest. If that's true, it's basically Bertha's worst nightmare wrapped in silk. And if you think Mrs. Winterton wouldn't love to slide right into Bertha's place at the head of New York society, you haven't been paying attention. I'm betting Agnes will play a crucial role in trying to keep Mrs. Winterton in check, and I am here for every icy exchange those two will have. Thankfully, we do have one ray of stability: Marion and Larry Russell. Their slow-burn reconciliation this season was one of the most satisfying storylines, and now they're set to become the most stable couple on the show. Their wedding will be the season's backbone, though insiders suggest the ceremony won't happen until the very last episode. That means we'll spend the entire season watching the preparations, the dress fittings, the guest list drama, the inevitable crises, all set against the backdrop of the Russell family's larger battles. One particularly intriguing development: Bertha might actually choose to befriend Marion instead of trying to control or critique her. This friendship could become one of the most unexpectedly heartwarming threads of the season, giving both women a rare ally in a world where loyalty is scarce. And let's not forget the bigger picture here. HBO didn't just quietly renew the show, they announced Season 4 before Season 3 even ended, right after Episode 6 aired. That's a huge vote of confidence. Ratings for Season 3 climbed week after week, with premiere night numbers up 20% compared to last season. For 2 straight weeks, the show hit record highs, a rare achievement for any series, let alone a period drama. One of the things I love most: the pace. This isn't one of those shows that makes you wait 3 years between seasons. Season 1 came in January 2022, Season 2 in October 2023, Season 3 in June 2025. If the pattern holds, we could be stepping back into 1880s New York as early as September 2026. Season 3 closed with Bertha's bold declaration, "The future belongs to America." In Season 4, we'll find out exactly who seizes that future and who gets left behind in the dust as the world moves forward. So the question is, where will your loyalties lie? Will Bertha claw her way back into George's heart, or will the mysterious newcomer take her place? Will George's hunt for his would-be killer uncover shocking secrets? Will Oscar's partnership with Mrs. Winterton explode in a way that takes half the city down with it? And will Marion and Larry make it to the altar without their love story, becoming another casualty of this glittering, treacherous world? Whatever happens, you can be sure of one thing: when the doors to the next grand ballroom swing open, every smile will hide an agenda, and every dance will be a duel. And I, for one, can't wait to see who's left standing when the music stops.